Hello, y'all. It is July. Holy shit. Where did the year go? We are at the halfway mark with the year, and my goodness, it's been a year. I think we all can admit that, and especially for those listening in the United States, it's been a crazy week. But here we are at the littest lunch break ever. I am so glad that we got together, y'all. I have the privilege today to talk to one of my dearest friends, my sorority sister, my favorite half Gen Z, half millennial. That's a running joke for the people that have attended. If you know from the beginning. But most importantly, she is one of the founding board members of the Black Marketers Coalition. All that you see here started with this girl really just pouring in back into her community. I've had the pleasure of, I guess, starting to mentor. I started, mentoring this girl. I don't even remember how we met all together. I just remember it was somewhere between this advertising club in Atlanta and Greek life. And it was like we knew the same people and didn't know each other. So we started our friendship or mentor friendship over at a large cable company. And I've just had the pleasure of seeing her grow. If you can't tell, I'm so excited. And my girl recently moved away from me. But ever since she moved, she has been just leading her own life, doing things her way, and really bossing up, where she is now an account supervisor at Edelman, which is a leading agency, a global leading agency within the PR and marketing space. So without further ado, Brittany Menefield, how are you, girl?
I'm good. I'm good. How's everybody doing today?
Listen, I hope everybody's good. I see we have a few people joining in on our YouTube. So, y'all feel free to jump in the comments and say, hey, ask your questions. As always, we are always transparent, open, and honest. And you can say whatever you want to say, as long as it's not the N word, or you going to owe me money to edit this bad boy. So, we're going to kick it like we used to do, Brittany. So, did I miss anything in your introduction? I don't want to make sure people do know exactly what you do, because when I met you, we were kind of like getting it out the mud, slinging packages.
Yeah, it's funny when you said the intro. I think you forgot that I stayed at your apartment the night before my interview at that cable company.
Like, that's right.
That's right. Like a little cup, because I skipped AAE and I was an account executive. So I've always never started at the bottom, as I like to tell people. But yeah, so other than that, you didn't really skip anything. I went from in-house to now I'm like an agency maven. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, you are.
I went to the dark side and I'm never going back.
I'm here for it. Listen, you always got to have your agency friends here. And I forget, she did. So listen, y'all, this is how crazy this is. I just said, God, please don't let this girl be crazy, dirty, or a thief. I said, well, let this girl stay in my apartment. I forgot all about that. I had this little bitty apartment around the corner from the job she was interviewing, which was at my office. And I just was like, listen, you got to get to this interview. You stay about an hour away. Don't get no nerves. Just come. And that's sisterhood. And that's what it looks like when us Black marketers, and women, when they actually help each other. And it's like, if your barrier to this interview is travel, to hell with that. We're gonna get you there. And yes, she's so right about the mug. I literally drink out of this mug like once a week.
It's your good luck mug.
It's my good luck mug. So if y'all ever see me with my good luck mug, it talks about me being amazing and all this stuff. And Brittany and I just clicked, and I'm so glad you let me annoy you and be your friend auntie that's gonna, get on your nerves a little bit. But
we're not that many years apart, y'all. I was born in 1994. The Pew Research says I am a millennial. I am not on the cusp. It's on the website. It's there. I remember all of the stuff from the 90s. I was there. Okay. I had a
She was there, y'all. She was outside pre-millennium. So we gonna let her cook. But we're gonna go ahead and get into, since we're all shits and gigs today, my type of conversation. We're gonna go ahead and jump into the icebreakers versus edition. Now, y'all know Versus been kind of going through some things, so we're gonna do something that's fun.
And I am not Omarion.
Please don't be a Marion. Okay. I might be Ray J. Truth be told, you know, I mess with Ray J. I was like, you know, put some respect on that man's name.
I probably would have been Mario.
Mario, still fine and still can sing. That's definitely
I definitely would have been Mario. Like
you're not
gonna play on my top. Like
right.
You didn't sing that song. Shout out to my dude that sung the song. That would have been me. I'm very competitive, so yeah, that would have been me.
Yeah, and I'm the brat of the group. Like, listen to me. Okay, so versus edition for us. All right, let's talk about who's getting it right. So you know I'm petty. Millennials or Gen Z?
I feel like I'm on Drink Champs because I really want to say neither and take a sip.
Okay, I like that.
Neither. Both have areas where we need to grow. And see the opportunities to become better. You know, technically I should just yell out millennials because I am a millennial, but I do think a large chunk of what we're seeing on social media in regards to feeling like you have to have it all together, feeling like everything has to be luxury comes from the millennials, especially like the new auntie generation. And also looking at Gen Z and the campaigns that they're doing, which I love, like, yeah, quit your job, but we're not going to complain about having no money after quitting, you know? So I think there's some fine tuning and balance we can learn from each other.
I love that. I'm dead. I love the comments.
Give it up for neither for me.
Give it up for
That's
neither.
Literally how I feel at work talking to my team. I love
that. All right. If you can't answer this one, because I know you do work for an agency, we could just say skip.
I want to know it.
Or Target.
Well, I'm going to answer this as a shopper, okay? And a shopper only. If
good answer. Good answer already. Good answer.
I'm in the building. I'm here as a shopper, okay? As a shopper, I'm actually going to say Target. And everybody is going to probably look at me like, why would you say that? I literally just walked to Target by placing a mobile app order for Starbucks because my car won't start. I was able to get breakfast. I was able to get what I needed, pick it up, and hike back. I can also get things delivered to me and pick it up at the store. I also think their app is very innovative and intuitive. And, you know, I like for like the retailers I shop with to tell me what I need because I have ADHD and I'm not going to remember it. So I'm going to go for Target as a shopper, but I love them all in the agency life.
All right, there we go. That's the honest answer. I don't know, man. Amazon in Atlanta, we get everything first. I swear. So we have we haven't gotten to Amazon stores yet. I know there's some.
We have those.
West Coast, yeah, or in Texas and stuff. So we haven't gotten that, but we do have, I think, up to an hour with groceries and stuff. But
we have that too.
I think I would, if they had the stores I could walk into, I think, but I don't know. Target is a culture. Y'all know that the page I love is that Target Wild Black page. Shout out to those girls. They started in the mud with just, we want to help Black people shop in Target and find Black owned brands. And they were just at Essence last week and with Target and talking about how much they transformed how that group of people, us Black folks, shop at Target. So I think
Target gets all of my money. Like I literally just write them a direct deposit check. I love Target. I like Amazon too, but for me, like Amazon's back end isn't as intuitive. I've been out of college for almost 6 or 7 years now. Why are y'all still trying to sell me Student Prime? That's not going to work.
Yeah.
I need real Prime. I have real adult problems. I need Whole Foods to get this stuff to me ASAP. So for me, it's like, I'm not about to go through, make another email address and do all of that. Like, get your team to do that on the back end. They're always on LinkedIn bragging about the system. Fix it.
Yeah, I just, girl, mic drop. In-store shopping or online shopping?
This is, again, funny because I think since I spend so much time online personally, I like to go in store because I like to see activations come to life. I like to see anything that's online being translated in stores. So like the Shopping Wild Black and Target page, that's awesome. I want to see that on the aisle, hard lines in Target. Or if you're having some type of special from Kroger.com, if I go into Kroger, I want to see that same thing replicated in store because it needs to translate. So in store.
You see, you might be a millennial. You might be.
I am. I'm trying to tell you. I don't even have time. Like,
that's my favorite little pick at you. All right, I got another one. Buy online and pick up in store, or delivery to the store.
Buy online and pick up at the store. Wow. For sure. Because I'm not about to wait for you to deliver it to the store. So I have to get in my car to go to the store to go get it. I can just get it shipped to my package concierge and they can send it to me. So I'm going to pick it up in store.
Yeah. I
really in the parking lot where I can put the number in and they can just bring it to my car.
And you know who does it well? Our favorite friends at Target.
Target and Walmart does that well too.
And Kroger. I like Kroger's.
Kroger's is pretty
how
good.
They do it too, because you can actually use your coupons when you do it that way versus through the app. You can't use the coupons the same. Mm-hmm. So I really like that.
Out of me because I said Kroger's.
I think I said Kroger's too.
Ooh, you can tell me from Augusta and Athens.
Okay, 706. Nordstrom on their social media was like, it's Nordstrom, not S. Nordstrom. I'm like, listen, as long as that debit card keeps swiping, baby, don't worry about
it. Exactly. When is the semi-annual sale?
Okay, which is actually now. So just in case you need those Nordy Club dollars, the sale is now. All right, another one. It's our second to last one. Amazon Prime or versus Walmart Plus. And I didn't know about Walmart Plus until I was trying to buy my ex a PlayStation 5, which is now mine. But I didn't know about it, and it really did work and got me this exclusive access. So I was kind of shocked at the level and speed of Walmart Plus. What about you and your experience?
So this is going to be funny again. As an agency person, I'm going to go for Walmart Plus. And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to go for Walmart Plus. Amazon is awesome, right? But Walmart has already had a standing store for years, right? They've already had e-com for years. They just didn't really know how to make things shake for themselves. So with Walmart Plus, not only do you get free delivery, you get free curbside. It's like a win-win situation. You get access to exclusives. Delivery is coming to your door within 30 minutes to 2 hours. So if you live close to a Walmart, you could order if you need some vitamins and expect it rush delivered to your apartment. Now, the only thing I will say I don't like about some Walmart Plus is depending on the store, you might not get the best packaging. They might just drop whatever you ordered off in the Walmart bag, not sealed, on your doorstep. So, take your wins or losses. I think Amazon Prime takes a little while to get to your house sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially during COVID. As someone who worked on the back end of Amazon accounts during COVID, I don't have 3 days to wait for some vitamins to get sent to my house.
I know that's right. I don't know. I do love Prime, but and you taught me this. I can't remember what it was. So remind me and the audience when I would use those coupons, and I'm thinking, oh, it's gonna come in 2 days, but then it's like, oh no, bitch, just kidding. It's gonna come in a month. When I use
So a lot of people don't realize, and this works on Walmart.com across any e-com brand you're shopping online. You have to make sure you're really reading the product detail page here. Because sometimes Walmart distribution, Amazon distribution, whoever may have it on hand, and other times the vendors aren't exclusively working with them, so it's coming from wherever they're at. So a lot of times when you see get 15% off, sometimes it's going to negate your Prime shipping because it's not coming directly from Amazon warehouses and it's coming from a vendor.
Okay, so click the coupons if you must, but
click the coupon.
Okay. Okay. That's good.
But just make sure you read to say, is this coming from Amazon? Is it directly being fulfilled?
See, that's what I mean by these connected communities. Because I'm like, there has to be a reason why some people are getting them faster than the other. And unfortunately, it sounds like a pay to play kind of situation.
It's pay to play. Also, you have to pay these people, these giants, to have space in their warehouses. So if you can do it for cheaper, being a vendor, why not do it for cheaper? But you are cutting into not being Prime eligible sometimes. So a lot of times when you're surfing through sites and you see 15% off, just check the box, make sure it's not coming from another country, because sometimes that's what
be getting me.
Yeah, but the product be great when it get here. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I have ordered some things, and it's been the best 3 weeks I've ever spent waiting on it.
I love it. I love it. Last one, Edelman or the other guys?
You know what? I was just talking to like the team at Edelman. I feel like we should start throwing up Eastside, like repping our set. So of course, Edelman, like we're the Harvard of advertising. I don't even see these other guys. Don't know them. It's the Harvard of advertising. That's all I'm gonna say. Like the best came out of Edelman. If you look at the history of Edelman, we really put ourselves in a different playing field compared to the other big and top agencies that started in the early 40s and late 60s, like where everybody else was focusing on telling people how to buy something. We were in the fields, getting it out the mud, going to the news broadcast stations, building those relationships, showing them how much the value of PR works. And now we're doing that with digital and connected commerce. So we're always on the forefront. So Eastside, Edelman.
All right, so she said the East Side. I love that, Brittany. I'm giving you a hand of applause, and y'all, I'm just being real extra because my nails got done yesterday,
and I love them.
You know how the girls do. But no, this is excellent, and I love that. And thank you so much for answering our questions. So now, I just want to hear you talk, Brittany. I know we got a couple of primed questions, pun intended. But I want to start with kind of how we got here. When me and you were working with the other guys, we were I think we started with 2 marketplaces. And by the time me and you left a year later, it was like 5 of them, right? And this space of commerce in general, for those millennials and older, it used to be, we remember, I remember, I can't speak for everybody, getting like the KB Toys mailer, and the back when Champs was sold in Kmart, okay? And you would get these mailers, and it's like, you got to go to the store, you camp out or you wait, and you got to go to get these items. Even during Christmas last year, I was watching, I don't know why I'm blanking on the name, but the Christmas movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And it's all about getting the toy that was out for that year. And I was thinking, when I was watching it with my niece, she doesn't understand why. And I remember she said, why is he so pressed? And I'm like, well, back in my day, which was not that long ago, maybe 15, even 10 years ago, even literally, you used to have such high demand during holiday season, which we are now prepping for. It is July. It was so much demand. You would have to do some crazy shit to get certain products. Like Furby was one of them that went crazy. Of course, Gigapets, Nanopets, which now is the metaverse, right? It's crazy how this seasonal approach to in-demand shopping has changed. The demand has always been there. I think we can all agree with holiday shopping. But now that you have the in-store and online, and then online exclusives, I argue that demand has gone up. But I'm not in the space. You're in the space. So would love to understand, first of all, what the fuck is connected commerce? Because I swear we were just calling this retail, we was calling it e-commerce, then we were calling it omnipresent shop. What is connected commerce, so we can kind of back it up a little bit?
So connected commerce is actually a new term. A lot of agencies and companies don't recognize it as connected commerce as of yet, but most of our leading companies do. Connected commerce is bridging everything that's going to lead you down to that funnel of sales, from online to digital, in-app purchases, social, whatever you're doing, paid and non-paid, back to your website to shop. So the best example I can give you is really think about a brand that you love that is online right now, and just yell it out at me real quick.
Naked Wardrobe.
Okay, you love Naked Wardrobe. How did you find out about Naked Wardrobe?
Probably some influencer, but I know the first time I shopped at Naked Wardrobe's site was after I purchased Naked Wardrobe from Nordstrom. And I was like, oh, okay.
And how many times did it take you seeing like something organic or paid on social before you took action?
It took a really long time, actually, because Naked kind of got those influencer bodies. So I was like, I don't know if it's gonna work. So I went to Nordstrom, tried it on, and it did work. I did buy online, pick up in store. And then I found out they have a lot of more things online. And so after I did that, I went and started shopping because their online sales are great.
So you did a traditional connected commerce route of how to make a purchase, right? So basically my job and anyone who works in connected commerce job is to lessen the touch points that it takes you to buy a product online. Whether that's you're experiencing it through an activation, whether you're seeing it on social through influencers, influencing you to become like an influencer, whether it's you seeing a paid ad, taking action, or just really going on the website, taking quizzes and resonating with that content. We're supposed to shorten the shopper journey, and not only shorten it, but make it easier for you. So after you tried on that Naked Wardrobes outfit at Nordstrom's and bought it, loved it, you converting on that website, you know what sizes you need to wear. If they were to drop a monthly subscription and you wanted to take action with that, you can do that with ease. So basically shorten the funnel. And I honestly wouldn't even call it a funnel. I'd call it like a sphere, because there's so much that goes along with it. If you're looking at an ad on Hulu now, you can scan the QR code. And we've been testing that out for years. Scan a QR code, it takes you directly to the site, type in your zip code, boom. So it's basically a very experimental new way of saying, hey, we're in retail, but it's really taking into account that there's more than one way to shop. If you want to shop on Instagram, that's cool. Check out there. If you want to shop on Facebook, even better. We'd love for you to go directly on the website so we can get your data, you know?
Okay, so that's what that's
about. We really want to follow the customer and their journey, but make it easier for them to take action so they don't have to go through 1,000 steps like you used to back when we were in like 2003. Like a great example of connected commerce before connected commerce is even the thing, which I tell people a lot, is Baby Fat, Rockaware, those Echo Red. They all had those websites where you could go ahead and take action, shop there. I mean, they didn't know it at the time, but when we had those MySpace layouts I had the Baby Fat cap with the diamonds blinging, that was building that brand recognition online. Us going online, saving the photos of those tube tops that Kamora Lee had on, adding them to our picture saying, ooh, we want those, helped build that brand recognition and also helped people take action when they needed to shop. Now, granted, we as millennials probably didn't have our parents' debit cards to take action unless we were born in the 80s. But think about the generation before us that was able to experience, like, if you didn't have a Macy's or a Nordstrom's near you to buy that, right, you could buy it online and get it shipped to you.
I love that. I'm sitting here. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm why you ain't tell me I was sitting in the dark? I guess the sun.
My bad.
I think the sun moved from my office. Now my lamp. I was trying to be cute, but I mean, hey, we authentic, and I had to turn that lamp on. Goodness, I feel better. Okay, but no, it's interesting because you mentioned those urban brands from the 90s, and I truly believe Black culture and Black consumerism influences everything. I swear it does. And I remember things like, do you remember when Baby Fat realized they were kind of unaffordable to some people, and then they came up with the rush carts, and it was like, okay, well, we're going to provide the way for you to shop. We're going to meet you where you are in these various places. And then they entered that distribution deal with City Trends. I don't know if y'all remember that.
Yeah, because I got my purple cat shirt there in the 6th grade.
Yep, and I had the little the bubble jacket and them jeans. And I remember back then, y'all, in the very late 90s, early 2000s, them jeans at City Trends were still pushing $75 to $100. That's a lot of money for back then, especially for the core audience that they had. But you're spot on when you talk about our brands have always had to find ways to connect, to drive people down that funnel. And it sounds like that was the emergence of connected commerce. And I just think that's
if you think about the exclusive Baby Fat cell phone that you could have.
Yes, I forgot about that.
So that is all a part of creating a digital journey, but they didn't know they were creating a digital journey then. They just were doing it for the stunts, the PR, like the vibes, like they were just creating. So they didn't realize that they were curating a whole culture. Like now it's nothing to see a brand collab with Verizon.
I love that. And it's, I think too, with the collaborations now, even if you think about, because we are the Black Marketers Coalition, the collaborations are popping.
Yep.
Because of Black people.
I'm sorry. I had to say it.
Say it again.
I'm kind of tired of McDonald's. How many chicken nuggets?
Really? Okay.
How many times are we gonna make a chicken nugget a meal? Like,
That's true too.
Can we get a new product? Can y'all get a lamb chop or something? Like, can we do something different?
Please, not a lamb chop. Well, they did have that McRib that one time. I don't know how
the
good
McRib, but that was still a thing. Like, they were just, I mean, I think it's cool that they're able to spin things and make things a thing again. But can we get a new meat, like a turkey?
Yeah.
Like a turkey.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't get me started on McDonald's and they black targeting either. But I
do like them songs. I'm sorry. I'm one of those.
It was like the McNuggets loving.
I like the one, the R&B. Girl, you got a 10-piece, don't be stingy. I used to love that.
Oh my God. I used to hate when I was in radio. I used to have to put spots in for McDonald's. And man, their urban targeting, they have a new agency of record the past few years, but boy, it was like it would literally be all the white stations on one buy as general market. Mm-hmm. Now I'm talking about the white stations. We had one super conservative political station, one easy breezy, kind of like, I call it yacht music. One station that was new school rock, and then one station that was old school rock. They considered that general market. Urban was one thing, and we had two stations. But how did all these four types of white folks, they got one buy, and then urban is over here? I'm just like, what?
And that's the beautiful thing about connected commerce. So you can tailor experiences for everyone without it being cringy through data.
I like that.
Landing pages, social media activation, influencer campaigns. You can speak to everyone and understand everybody's culture as long as you read. It's really not that hard.
Read and comprehend.
Read, comprehend, ask questions, and have a diverse team. And I think one thing that we do at Edelman is we do a great job of doing all those things. We're not going to activate something without researching it. We're not going to not put it in front of people to get an okay. Like, we really follow those steps to make sure it flows.
I just love that. I love that. All right. So I have another question for you that I wanted to really get into. Oh, I see a comment. Now that is funny.
Yeah, I saw that.
That took me out. Okay. That took me out. I'm sorry. Okay. So my next one, when we worked for that cable company together, I was in a research department. Brittany was in sales. And we worked hand in hand together. And one of the things that was emerging was all about, oh my God, what are we going to do? Because TV is fragmented. In fact, I don't know where my mug is. I think it's in my old, in my closet, but I created these mugs with my research team that said viewership. It was like viewership is fragmented AF, and it was, as fuck. It was the funniest thing, especially working for a more conservative company in some ways. So it was funny, and it was very engaging, and people loved it. But AF doubled as audience first, and it was like the big thing. Like, oh my God, we have to have an audience first mentality. I'm starting to see similar things within the e-commerce space. So I wanted to ask you, when we talk about marketplaces, so forgive me if I'm missing any, fill in the blanks if I'm missing something.
There's like 1,700.
It's like Instacart, Walmart, Target, Amazon,
CVS, Walgreens, Home Depot.
So all of these, and I'm glad you say those things, because I know sometimes
Best Buy. Sorry.
Who else?
Best Buy.
So I'm glad you brought up those other ones, because every now and then we have these memes that come around. They're like, oh my God, these people are selling weave on Amazon or on Walmart, or they're selling these other things on Home Depot, to your point. So I just wonder with that, how exactly does that work, especially to your Black businesses? So for me, I have a greeting card line, happyresignationday.com. And I want to start putting out this on different places. Like, I would love to be on Target.com, Walmart.com, etc. How might I go about doing that? And at what point does the agencies help? Because I do understand there's some self-service aspects, but I may not know what I'm doing. So I just would want to know more about, how does the advertising work? What are some tips for some small businesses? And then for the larger people on the call that may need an Edelman, what does that look like? Or is it just big business? Tell me more about that.
Okay, so This is very interesting because I started in marketplaces working with a company that worked with smaller businesses and larger businesses, just depending on what level you were at. But right now, I generally work with bigger accounts and household names that I can't say on this call because I like my job. So just starting out, it's honestly the first thing I would do is I think a lot of new business owners get really excited with the idea of being on an Amazon, being on a Walmart, being with a Target. That's awesome. But we really got to look at how efficient you are shipping from your own website. Are we having a lot of bounce back? Are we having to send these apologies for the delays emails a lot? If you're having issues with that, first you need to take about 3 to 4 months, access what's going on with inventory, figure that out before you even position yourself to work with the Amazon, Target, or Walmart. If you're good to go there, your profit margins are looking good, then I would always say, hey, try it out, test it out. It's all about experimenting. So go to the e-commerce platform you would like to look at what they expect out of you and what tier you would want to work with them as a vendor. Do you want to be self-service? Do you want to just be a vendor? Do you want them to have inventory of your product in their warehouses? If you want to go there, have inventory in the warehouses side, you're going to have to pay to play. So if it's not in your budget and it can't fit in your profit to pay to play, then you need to go self-service. Okay, if we're going self-service and we're working with the Amazon or a Target or a Walmart, do we have the budget to play against mid-sized companies for advertising space? If we do, hey, why not go ahead and reach out, try it yourself, research it yourself first for the first month. If you are hip to marketing and keywords, or if you have like an in-house consultant that you can work with. If not, look at a small digital marketing agency or performance marketing agency to take that over for you. They'll probably want to go through your profit margins, what you made last year, what you're expecting, what your trouble areas are. They're going to want to see what kind of content you have on hand. They're also going to want to know what are your issues like, and you got to be honest about it because it's gonna come out. I've been on some campaigns where everything comes out and it's too late, and you can't blame us when things don't go right. So from there, after working with the smaller agency, make sure you're really listening to what they are saying and learning from them and not cutting corners. Because a lot of times, this is real fact, something to mic drop. A lot of times when you're a smaller account, you're going to get thrown to a person who has 10 or 15 accounts they're already managing. So the attention to detail in your account might not be the best, and you don't want that. So just really making sure you're understanding the terminology behind the differences between paid keyword searches, understanding what the DSP is. The DSP is where you buy audiences instead of keywords. And overall, just be ready to be in it for a long haul because it's a lot. It's not something that's going to come to you overnight. Now, when you want to work with a bigger agency, let's say you just broke through 1.5 mil, you ready to go to the big dogs. All you would need to do is kind of like request to speak with someone. More than likely, someone would already be looking at your business and looking for your business to work with. You'll probably get approached by account executives. Also, making sure your business branding is strong. So if you look at any of the businesses, the Black-owned businesses specifically that worked with Target, their Instagrams, Facebook, social, LinkedIn, they were already pushing towards, we are already this big, we just don't have money. If we look at the honey pot, which I know is touchy right now, Beatrice was doing podcast episodes with like local Atlanta podcasts that were very popular. She was also working with a lot of sex positive podcasts. She was getting into the space where she could make people feel comfortable, because ultimately as a small to mid-sized business, you want people to buy into you and your product, because a lot of times with the African-American market, we want to see you win as the CEO. And you want to make sure, and I'm going to keep it real, if you're changing something up, you need to be upfront about it. Don't try to slide anything, because consumers are smarter than what they used to be.
Not slide. That was appropriate for 10.
Don't slide anything extra there. Don't slide nobody new without communicating it, because people are really attached to the CEO's journeys. Like if you look at any, like Melissa at the Lip Bar, like you're probably going to follow her before you actually follow the Lip Bar brand page, because you're inspired by her story. So it's making sure that your business story is being told adequately and your story is also being told adequately. So that way these agencies, these retailers are reaching out to you, and you're not begging them, and you can have all the playing cards in your hands to negotiate the deals you want to. And also, as a small business, you can look at any like think tanks or business incubators to go ahead and get small batches of your product involved in local stores. I know Whole Foods does an awesome job of having a variety of local and small business products in stores.
I love that. And y'all, this is why we had to have Brittany, because I'm like, she just gets it. And it's like, you just give it to us so real and so raw. Y'all, that's her contact information as well, because we want to make sure you connect with her. And if you do have your shit together, like she said, then reach out to her. She's not going to bite. Like you said, a lot of times those companies are already looking at you. Just trying to figure it out. But I love how you say get ready and prepare. And you know, y'all that have been around, if you know for the past 2 years, know Chastity Jones, now Billingsley. I always have to remember that. Chastity Billingsley always says, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So track your own metrics, know your business, because if you don't know your business, nobody else can. And you don't want to set yourself up for failure, especially as a small business where every single dollar counts. So I love that. And knowing your terminology, understanding DSP. And what does DSP stand for again?
Okay, so this is horrible. I should know DSP, but I don't work with a DSP on a daily basis. It's like the direct service platform. You can go there to buy audience campaigns. So it's audience segments and consumer segments instead of keywords. I believe in having a good blend of both when we're talking about advertising on like platforms like Amazon and Target, because you really need to have a combination of targeting your competitors and targeting your audience.
And call me if y'all need help with that. Okay. All right. So, fun question for you, or maybe not so fun, because last year, this time of year, I could not buy your time because you did not have any. And you were working largely gearing up for Prime Day. So this year, do you have, and it looks like you might be a little triggered.
I am. I go to therapy about this too.
Prime Day is hell. And for those that are in e-commerce marketing, may the fourth be with you on this, because I know y'all are very, very, very busy. Do you have any predictions this year? And if you don't have them for Prime Day, we know that Walmart and Target, Best Buy, I've seen those three by myself. They usually do a counter to Amazon Prime. Sometimes the deals have been better in my experience. So any Prime Day predictions for you with Amazon and or any of the other marketplaces?
Okay, so I actually have a quarterly prediction that I've been looking at because I'm obsessed with Business Insider, which I like the word e-marketer a lot better. I thought it was not like Business Insider. It feels like Entertainment Tonight to me.
Well, that's how it felt to me too. I was like, I'm just e-marketer with the little red and black.
Yeah, it doesn't feel the same, but
it's not.
I don't think Prime Day this year is going to be that great. And here's why. So if you look at any data online about how Prime Day has been working over the past couple of years, Prime Day has not been the bomb.com since 2020 when everybody was in the house. A lot of people are tired of shopping on these specific holidays because they're not always getting the best deal. The newness and the shininess of it has went away. There's also so many other people in the playing field for these deals. So right now, we all know we might be heading into a little recession. So people don't really have as much money as they usually do during this time. So Target, if you look at Target, Target has rolled back the cost on everything in store pretty much, from home decor, entertainment. You can get a TV for $147 right now, y'all. I was just in there. So you might not need to use Amazon Prime. You might not need to go in there to get that same deal when you can just go to the store directly, order, pick up, and it's going to be there. Also, a lot of the items that are on sale for Prime Day aren't necessarily like the best sales in the world anymore. Like people aren't offering you 75, 50% off versus when you go into a Walmart, they're able to cut things a little bit more because they're in control of their inventory for the most part. Amazon doesn't really level set prices. They know you're not giving them the best price and that'll count against you, but they're not really level setting the price of everything on there. They're not forcing anybody to have these amazing deals. So that's just what I think as someone who's been intimate with Amazon for a couple of years. And it really impacts the smaller businesses the most, from what I've seen, because we're gearing up. We got all this inventory. We're thinking we're going to have all these sales, and we don't. So going into a quarterly perspective, I think this holiday season, holiday shopping is actually going to start again mid-October, early October, depending on the cost of the item. And it's going to end before Black Friday. Last year, if you look at any Business Insider data, we see shopping starts early and earlier each year because how shipping is working. We still have a lot of things that businesses need that are, just out of supply and out of commission. So it's going to be very competitive to get toys, electronics, car parts, whatever you wanted to get for someone. So you're going to see that holiday shopping starting a bit earlier. So you want to gear up those campaigns, probably start now. If you're not talking about Christmas, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, if you're not talking about that right now, I don't know what to tell you.
Girl, I got my USPS informed delivery. I need to go get my coupons. Bath and Body Works is already promoting Halloween. Now, I am a fall person. I love fall because I love football, beer, and gifts. However,
that's a bit much.
For sweating. I'm like, it's July. But to your point, when we talk about connections and connections with other communities, I mean, we're heading to a recession. People may take a little bit longer to be able to get the money to spend that they had last year. We ain't got no stimmies. So, I mean, who knows if people can even have the money this year. I just wonder, do you think more people are going to shop this year? And obviously this is a prediction. It doesn't have to be right or wrong. But do you think more people are shopping this year as a whole for the holidays? Or do you think it's going to be flat? I think last year, if I'm not mistaken, it was Salesforce and Gartner. They put out really, really, really good research, white page articles and things about their shopping predictions. So I'm waiting on it to come out again. Usually they come out around August or September. And they were talking about, if I'm not mistaken, shopping actually went down a little bit, I think, on the expenditure, but the season was longer. Do you think that is going to keep going down as we enter the recession?
I think we're going to continue to see it go down, because the thing is, people are starting to shop early and earlier. People are also, like, the people with the money, if we think about it, with a little money. We have experienced a recession as kids. We are not about to go broke trying to buy everybody and their mama a present.
Right.
So I think it's awesome that Bath and Body Works kind of, even though it's just a little hot, it's awesome that they sent out that coupon, because if I can get 5 candles for $35, that's 5 gifts for Auntie them. Because you have to get a gift. You know what I'm saying? Get some hand sanitizer. That's easy to buy. So we're seeing Nick
with the free gift wrapping at the front too, because we can't forget that. You don't get that
free gift wrapping. Yeah. The bag is already cute. I have saved $30 by doing that. So the earlier they're able to express that to you, which is another reason why connected commerce is important and not just focusing on platform. I would have been, if you were working with me, like I would have been talking about holiday last month, because we need to start sending out email campaigns, making those blog posts about why it's important to celebrate holidays and how to celebrate holidays during these tough times. And finding language that doesn't say during these tough times, because everybody's tired of seeing it.
Tired of it. Now, I have a question for you. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
Also, keep in mind, anytime the country in American history, I'm a media studies major by nature. So anytime the country is going through a lot, okay, like from political issues, recession, people like to feel hope. They like to hold on to hope. They want to feel something, because we are very numb as a country right now. So if you see a flyer about Halloween, that's going to spark some joy into you. That's going to give you something to look forward to, bringing your families together. Think about this time last year with all that was going on during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all of that jazz. People were spending money to make them feel better. So how do we get people to spend money? We play into their fields. We send them pictures of those families together, diverse families together. COVID just happened. How to celebrate Christmas with a different type of family, Friendsgivings. Like, you really have to play into whatever is going on and make sure it's authentic.
so I have a question for you, and I did not prep you for this, so sorry.
It's okay.
There's a lot of cultural sensitivity right now, and one thing that I actually do enjoy is where you can opt out of emails, especially regarding Father's Day and Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
So I do love that, because especially how many people died those, these past few years with COVID, it's sensitive. And COVID and other things, especially if you're Black.
Yeah.
Okay? Do you think we're going to get that with holidays? As far as like, hey, if you don't want to hear about Christmas, do you think we should, or do you think that it's kind of an area where we just keep it simple and just enjoy these sales? And this is just you personally as Brittany.
Okay, me personally as Brittany, I really think that. Let me answer this adequately. Okay, so I personally think that. Okay. Whew. So I personally think that there should be room for you to opt out, but I also want people to understand, and again, consumers are smart. You can opt out of email marketing at any time. Now, I don't want you to do that because I collect your data, right? But at the same time, you got to do what's best for you. There's been plenty of times where I've hit, okay, I don't feel like seeing this, unsubscribe. Like I did at the Bath and Body Works. I'm spending too much money, unsubscribe. But when I'm ready to spend some more, I subscribe again. So that option has always been there. I do think when it's something touchy, like, Kay's jeweler, you might buy your mama a necklace, your daddy a necklace, things like that. That's when that opt-in option needs to be there. Old Navy, any store that's really targeted to like family togetherness, that option should be there. Now, I don't think that option is going to be there for long, but I do think that helps with your mental health. Now, Christmas and Thanksgiving are very interesting because these are general holidays that are big regardless. And if companies would do a better job of not just focusing on families coming together, focusing on friends coming together, honestly, looking at the trends that millennials, Gen X, Gen Z, that we're talking about on social media and following that, it would be better. Like, families aren't as traditional as they were in the 60s. So we can't keep following that model and expecting it to work.
Yeah, and I love that you say that. And Brittany, I'm like, oh crap, we almost at time. I just love how real you were today and sharing these things. I do have another question I did not prep you for.
Okay. Throw it in. I feel like I'm at work right now.
Yeah, I just want this to be organic. My last question for you, of all the connected commerce sites and things that you work with, be it the brands or the sites themselves, do you have any opinion on who helps Black businesses the most, or that really support the Black community, that really connects our communities through their commerce platforms and opportunities that you would want to shout out?
That's kind of tough.
I would say Target, but
I'm gonna go ahead and say Target. I actually am gonna say two. I'm gonna say Target, Amazon, and I'm actually gonna throw.
Yeah, Amazon does have that new one, that new thing. I saw it on the bottom.
Well, outside of their incubator, they also have the fact that you can label your business as Black owned, LGBTQ plus owned, whatever you identify, veteran owned, because we also forget about the veterans a lot.
Yes,
that's a very important market. You can label your business as that, and you do get some bump in the algorithm for that, especially on the homepage, because Amazon does have where you can search by, like, communities that may be marginalized from that tab.
Yeah,
so I do think that's
on the Prime Day they have it's like and y'all Prime users, there's a special coupon. You have to activate this cash back. You get $10 cash back if you shop with small business. I thought that was really cool. So y'all check that out on Amazon. It's easier to see it on your desktop.
But desktop is the easiest to shop on anytime on Amazon, honestly.
And then what did you say about Walmart?
Walmart does also have the same, like, this is owned by such and such. They do highlights within their stores. I think the thing is people just don't be vibing and going into Walmart like that. But they have a lot of Black-owned businesses there. They carry a variety of their products. Honestly, you can grab more lip bar products at Walmart than you can at Target. Yes, they actually, like, people want to say, like, even looking at Walmart and how they target their demos by products in stores, they have a more diverse collection to me than Target sometimes.
They just got to stop locking that shit up behind cages until.
Yeah, they got to stop locking it up. They definitely do.
We talked about that. If you know, 10 signs your brands are performative as fuck, actually. So this is like 2020. No.
But we are seeing the cages, the things come out of the cages more. Because I go to 2 different Walmarts every now and then in my neighborhood, and these are expensive products that are in the cages. They also have Walmart does a lot of brand negotiations with bigger Black-owned businesses too, like
a Bevel.
Yeah, Bevel. Also, if you think about, they do a lot of distribution agreements that are more helpful. And also, who's that the nice lady that does Beyonce's hair? She has a hairline there, like her.
I did not know that.
Yeah, all of her product line is there. So, I mean, it's really just depending on what you're actually looking for. I mean, I personally love Target, but I also think with Target, we have to look at the amount of products and where the products are going in those stores. You can't get the lip bar at every single store. Kim Kimball, thanks, Chastity.
Kim Kimball, that's
but
right.
You can get the lip bar at almost every Walmart. Like, I do think Target gives you the stepping stone, the blueprint to figure out how to work this inventory thing out, get your site together, take it to other places. Amazon, because we're going to talk about Amazon, we're also talking about Whole Foods specifically. Whole Foods gives you a platform to go in there as a local business. Like, hey, this is what I have.
Iwi Fresh does a partnership with Whole Foods.
And there's a couple of Black-owned businesses in Texas, some cupcake companies, lemonade companies that work directly with them. So I think they give people a great opportunity to get in spaces that are very hard for them.
I love that. And see, that's why we're here at the Black Marketers Coalition, to understand, we all see things differently. And I love hearing from an expert, not just the shopping piece. That's obviously all of us spend money somewhere and some reason, but the behind the scenes that we don't often see with these companies that they're doing to strengthen Black business, to teach them about merchandising, to show them how can they be in a co-branded advertisement. That's something I love that Target does, namely, and really have these people behind the scenes. Like you said, that diverse team at that agency can really put you where you need to be at the right time on the right platform to get the right results. So Brittany.
And I want to add one more thing in here.
Yeah.
You don't have to start doing co-branded partnerships with like bigger names. Like, I would recommend you start small, because you're only going to know how to play the game if you start small and go big. You know what I'm saying? So like, let's say for me, I own, it's coming out soon, y'all, a glute band company. Those are primarily used while you're doing leg workouts. It would behoove me not to partner with a spin studio or a Pilates studio and offer a discounted rate. Do some blog posts about how my bands could work for those particular exercises to help grow your glutes, and also like how it's going to make you feel in relation to that brand. So learning how to work together and partner with businesses, like while you're small, is very important, because once you get into the higher player field, it's easier for you to kind of fall for the, oh my God, they're giving me this experience, but they're taking 75% of my profit. So start establishing your name, establishing your brand, and it's gonna eventually grow. You just have to keep pushing.
I love that. Well, y'all, if you have questions, I'm going to do some announcements. But if you have questions, drop them in the comments. We can see them on both LinkedIn and YouTube. So give us those questions. Brittany, actually, we talked about this the past few, if you know, you knows, but we actually featured Brittany in our journal. Y'all, the 2022 to 2023, if you know journal is here. So y'all go ahead, visit blackmarketerscoalition.org/shop/shop. Jesus, I have a list, y'all. The S is getting me. But go ahead and do that to purchase. They are $25. They are very well done. If you don't remember, they are the glossy, they're very slim, so they fit into your laptop bag conveniently. So when you're at your job or your desk or your co-working space, wherever you are, when we have these conversations for season 3, holy shit, we're almost at season 3. But when we have these starting in November with season 3, you can actually write down these actionable items. I love it. So I'm going to show y'all April, where Brittany is featured. You can see that starts with your date, Then it goes with what the topic is, who the speaker is, so you can make sure you remember who they are and connect with them. And then your notes and takeaways. And then if you have any follow-ups, because we want to make sure if you know, it's not just lip service or blowing hot air. We do that sometimes. That's what our group me is for. So if you are a Black marketer, let me know so I can add you to the group me so we can blow the hot air. But if you know, should be all about actions, follow-ups, and connecting us. And so with April, this is Brittany's surprise, y'all.
Oh, wow.
We quoted her in our book. She was on season 1 of If You Know, for mentorship. There's levels to this ish. So wait, are we in season 1 or season? Are we talking about season 4? I always forget. If you know, we're going into season. No, we're in season 3. So we're going into season 4. If I'm not.
Oh, wow.
Jesus. I'm like, wait a minute. Or are we going?
I need to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, we're in season 3. So we're talking about season 4. Because I'm like, wait, we started this November
2020.
Yeah. So the years are, oh my God. Okay. So anyways, we're wrapping season 3 going into season 4. But anyways, on the April page, which the journal starts, is very nice. It starts with November because that's when our season starts. So then it goes to November, to October. So what I was excited to say was that Brittany dropped us a t-shirt quote, and it says, most people that want to be leaders have mentees and mentors because they want to put their stake in the industry. And this is her page. So Brittany,
oh my gosh,
I gotta get you your coupon code for your free journal and all, because we want to thank you for all you do for the BMC. But this is Brittany. This is how she is. If y'all want to see her online, or if you're ready to advertise even, or just have simple like, hey, I don't know if I'm ready to advertise, but I want to connect with you, please reach out to Brittany on LinkedIn. It's linkedin.com/n/Brittany Menefield. You can reach out to her there. Additionally, y'all, we have our big 3 anniversary. So we are just, y'all, I don't know how I'm doing it all. I'm barely doing it. I swear. Thank you for every single sponsor and help. We are celebrating our 3rd anniversary, y'all. It's going to be Saturday, July 23rd here in Atlanta, where our home is. And most of our members, not all. So if you are not in Atlanta, feel free to text me, message me, let me know how you want to celebrate in your city, if I can help facilitate or promote that. But we want everybody, no matter where you are, to celebrate. The Black Marketers Coalition is turning 3 on July 25th, and we're going to celebrate July 23rd at Reverie VR Bar here in Atlanta. It's majority Black owned. We have a couple of surprises for you. One big announcement that we'll be announcing at the event. So go to blackmarketerscoalition.org/events for more information about that. I think, let me check the comments. Okay, thank you, Chastity. It's so good to see you, our girl. So that's that announcement. Our very last one is that we are always very thankful for everybody that has been a part of this brand. This is the last If You Know, before the anniversary. So special thanks to our founding board. Could not have done it without y'all. Chastity Jones Billingsley. We got Brittany Menefield, LOA Amaker, Tamay Shannon, our amazing social media director, Giovanni Rayleigh, Kyle Perkins holding it down for the Black men, as well as our beautiful show producer, who we're sending all the love to as she goes through some much needed off time to get her stuff. Bianca Goolsby of the Level 8 Agency. We could not do it without you. This platform is supported by you. We miss you, our producer, and thank you for everything. So y'all, Brittany, I love you always. Y'all catch us online, catch us wherever you are, connect with us. And until next time, y'all, see y'all same time, same place at the top of August for If You Know. What we're talking about, I don't know. I'll figure it out. So see y'all later, and be safe and have a great summer. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.